In today's video, we're going to be talking about Kel'el Ware, the big man from Indiana, projected to be a first-round lock in this year's NBA draft. Some things you may need to know about him before we talk about his game is that he was a consensus 5-star recruit from the state of Arkansas, went to play at Oregon his freshman year, was the backup, didn't have that much opportunities, transferred to Indiana, where they were underwhelming this year, but also he had an outstanding year for Indiana and Mike Woodson's team. This past season at Indiana, Ware averaged 16 points per game, 10 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 2 blocks per game, and 32.2 minutes per game. He shot 58% from the field, 42 from 3 on 1.3 attempts, 63% from the line, averaged 2.1 offensive rebounds, 0.6 steals, and 1.6 turnovers this past season at Indiana. There's always been talks about Kel'el Ware's focus and effort when playing. I think he answered not all of it, but most of it, made people feel a lot more comfortable with him. But to start off with Ware, I want to talk about his defensive upside. As of right now, he's a capable shot blocker, has a really good feel for the game in terms of timing on his jump, has a quick second jump. He held opponents to only shooting 44% at the rim in half-court situations. That's pretty good for a big man. Showed the upside to be a defensive anchor for an NBA team. Although sometimes Ware does get pushed around, strength has been a concern for him. But also when you look at Ware, his athleticism and ability sometimes to stay in front of guards or smaller players in open space is really, something that catches your eye and makes you think this guy can be a really, really good player. Overall, as a defender, Ware has the potential to be a solid defensive anchor, a good shot blocker, good rim protector, but also can be a switchable big. On the offensive side of the ball, Kel'el Ware has good hands for a big man, able to finish from different angles around the rim. Ware shot 70% at the rim in the half court this past season. That is very good for a big man, especially considering he was posting up some. Kel'el Ware is also a great lob threat, really good in pick and roll situations, or at least has the potential to be great in those situations. Although he is not the best screener right now due to his lack of strength, I think he can improve that over time. This past season, Kel'el Ware was way more tougher and stronger around the rim than he was his freshman season at Oregon. I think that's something to look at as he continues to grow. His ability to finish at the rim is really good due to his great touch, he's great athletically. All he needs to do is get stronger, in my opinion, for him to be a great finisher at the rim. One of the most enticing parts about Kel'el Ware's game, in my opinion, is his jump shot. He shot 42% from 3 this past season, only on 1.3 attempts, and also he only shot 63% from the line, which is something, is a little bit of a concern. Kel'el Ware has a good touch. He has a high release. I think his shot is something that needs to continue to grow. I don't think it's as good as it can be right now. I think he has room to improve. And if he can be a spacer in the NBA, that will buy him a long NBA career due to his athleticism and his ability to be a capable shot blocker on the defensive end. Another thing on Kel'el Ware is he should be a great driver when someone's closing out due to his speed. He has a handle, although he needs to have a little bit more IQ when, help defenders are near. He's able to make the passes that are needed of a NBA center. When we're talking about a playmaker, he's solid for a young center. He's capable, he's serviceable as of right now. Also, something about Ware is he could be great in handoff situations. Is a solid passer, like I just said, but also his ability to turn the corner and drive, his speed. That's something he should be really good at, although we did not see it at Indiana a lot. When rebounding the ball, Kel'el Ware has a tendency to get pushed around sometimes. He's a competitive and uses length well, flies around, gets a lot of rebounds. I'd say he's a solid rebounder right now, although he sometimes doesn't get the best position I think there's stuff to work on as of him being a rebounder, but I think he definitely has all the tools to get better at it, and I think he will as time goes on. For a player comp for Kel'el Ware, it's hard to just focus on one guy, but the shades of I have for him is Jarrett Allen and Miles Turner. On the defensive side, I think it could be like Jarrett Allen uses his length, good in space, similar athleticism and body types, but on the offensive end, he has the potential to become a Miles Turner due to him spacing the floor. If he can do that, he will be a great pick in the middle of the first round, or if someone wants to take a chance on him in the late lottery. But overall, I really like Kel'el Ware's game. I think he would be perfect at 17 for the Pelicans, a guy that has the potential to space the floor, but also can protect the rim and be a solid defensive anchor if he's developed right. But that's all I got on today's video. Thank you for listening, and now enjoy the highlights.
Johnson down low. Where is screen? Here it goes for Reese. Slams it down. Oh, Reese lost the ball going up on a shot. Ware the other way. Numbers for the Hoosiers. And a play by Ware.
Gabe comes as much as he can. Ware spins it. Garcia and sweep. Sloppy entry pass. Here's Ware. How will Indiana overcome his absence here? Ware took that down. Iowa history. I didn't believe that at first. All the great players that have come out of Iowa, man, great move.
Callaway running back, Mitchell down. Feeds Ware. He'll fire for three. And Minnesota struggling to get a stop in this end of the floor. That continues.
See if this Gophers ball club can respond. Play better on the road against Northwestern.
They want it.
Here's Mbako, little sidestep. He's got so much offensive ability. Ware calling for it. Has it on the box, steps middle, elevates. Boy, he is.
Good look.
Ware from deep.
It's like more than that, doesn't it? Just no consistency at all.
Ware catch and shoot. Whichever team loses this game will be that 8th seed. Next week, the tournament begins in Minneapolis. Here's Ware, who's been magnificent, puts it up, and he's headed
Like a hesitation shot.
Look at this kid. Blocker has been masterful for Michigan State. Speaking of
He will be shooting. Trying for the steal. Renew to Ware. Renew the double comes and he feeds it to Ware at the rim. Immediate timeout. Huskers have gone cold from three now. 0 for 4 from three, and there's 2 more points carved off. Kicks will enter Urs Wahab.
Had a tremendous season for Penn State. He got Ware in the air, shot and the Badgers hit shots like they did today. And can Northwestern, with a depleted roster, get it? Johnson comes up with it, finding Ware for the hand.